Welcome to another episode of Path TV. I'm your host, Ruben Quinones. My guest, James Connolly. Connell.
All joke.
Go joke.
All joke.
Potato. I'm your host, Ruben Quinones. I think I already said that. We are here today. We're talking about, I've had him on for previous episodes surrounding Facebook. He's the search director here in our office. And wanted to delve into a little bit more on Facebook and talk about how important it is to actually be very unique, dynamic, and there's a lot more management when it comes to running a campaign. So we talked about Facebook PPC versus Google AdWords, but when you've actually already launched a campaign on Facebook, how important, what's the management, what should be done in the first couple of days, as I understand? You have to be very hands-on.
It's not even the first couple of days. I mean, in an earlier episode we talked about how actually they're pretty similar in the setup, so I won't get into that. But once you've actually launched in both an AdWords campaign and a Facebook campaign, you need to spend in the first couple of days really managing, what the keywords are in the for Google,
the likes and the interest,
and the likes and interest for Facebook. But then once your AdWords campaign is going, you can and you've set up all your alerts, so if anything goes wrong, you know about it. You can go a couple days without checking in on it. You don't have to change the ad copy that often once you kind of know what works. Right. Now with Facebook, you have to be in there all the time if you're going to run it manually. And that's just because of the nature of the beast. These ads tend to follow people around, the people that you've targeted. And so they become they get ad blindness really, really quickly. Maybe after they've seen the ad 5, 6, 10 times, they'll never see it again.
Does that happen within the first day?
It happens. It depends on it depends on how many people are within your target demographic, and so how often they're going to actually see the ad. Right. But it happens really quickly. You always start off with. We usually see like a 0.03% click-through rate to start, and then very quickly that's just going to crater. Okay, and just real quick, click-through rate are the people that actually click through versus the amount of impressions, people that actually see it. Right. So very different from Google, where you can pretty much, once you have the good ad copy, you're good to go. But are you also expected to change, what help is, you can change the ad copy, the images too, no? To get around that, you have to do two things. So either in Facebook, you have to either change the ad, or you have to increase the bid. Obviously, you don't want to increase the bid, it's going to make, you're going to pay more. So you change the ad. And the key, the most important piece of the ad to change is the image. Okay. So we have a tool that as soon as it sees even a tiniest decline in the click-through rate, it swaps out the image. Okay. So we load usually 10 to 12 images per ad into this tool, and then it just goes through them one by one by one. And then we also, we'll add in a few headlines and a few pieces of body copy. Right. And so it just keeps on going through them in order to keep that ad fresh and unique and new.
So, and this is to prevent what we call ad blindness. You keep seeing the same ad over and over again. Makes sense.
And they'll see it. They'll actually look at it, whereas they see the same image as they've seen the last one.
I see that a lot of times. So that's a typical campaign, by the way. So either you manually do it, or we're fortunate enough that we have a tool that actually will swap it out when it automatically sees it.
Before we got the tool, we were doing it at least once a day. We were going in there and swapping out the image.
Per client, wow.
Yeah, per ad.
Per ad.
Per ad.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's another episode, ad segmentation. Thanks for tuning in. Thank you, James Connell, for coming in for another episode of Path TV. Have a good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whenever you're watching this, and I'll see you next time.